to another American town near you?
Just come everywhere, man.
Yeah. Is the future of America?
I hate to say it, but probably so. The Mexicans take it up for the blacks, and the blacks taking it up for the Mexicans is odd.
Interesting.
My country's going to hell, and I can't wait till Trump gets back in.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Karkadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there, onto the like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. I might entitle it the greatest fears here. I might, maybe, if I can remember. But this video clip is from a short documentary on Springfield, Ohio, where they're claiming that the Haitians is going around killing people's pets and eating ducks out of the pond and all this other stuff. What really stuck out, I make mention of it in the last show, was this particular thing that this man said. He said the blacks and the Mexicans come together. Something wrong there. Out of the devil's own mouth. Alright? Something that they never thought in their mind they would ever see coming together. Why that's so significant? Because we know that the Israelites are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? You are the biblical Israelites. Those are descendants. Their fathers are descended from that stock. And throughout history, Esau, the so-called white man, has divided the tribes. All right. Matter of fact, he encouraged the differences greatly. Now we have amongst ourselves our little differences, but we have something greater in common. Our history. We are brethrens. All right. Our history and the future. What I mean by the future, not just talking about the kingdom of heaven, I'm talking about the near future. When all the tribes put their differences to the side. All right. And what's going to cause that? The common enemy. When you go into the history of Israel and the tribe, Israel and Judah, they always had, after the split of Solomon, they always had a little issue amongst themselves. Because the Lord put that split. It was the Lord's doing while we had that split. Alright? It was the Lord's doing. Because united together, we are a force to be reckoned with. So the Lord allowed this split to take place. In the correct way of coming together, brothers have came together. And the correct way that brothers came together is what? By admitting their faults to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Because that's who we offended. If the Lord is the one that split us up, then He's the one to bring us back. Matter of fact, Hosea, start at 5:15, and I'm going to jump to 6:1. It says, I will go and return to my place until they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction they shall seek me early. So the Most High turned his back on Israel as a whole, because we, the Lord's people, went off. All right? But because we went off, we could reconcile. And that's what the Lord came to reconcile the Most High to his people by believing in him. Hosea 6:1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up. So the Lord has torn us apart, but omitting and returning to the Lord, he will heal us. And the only way we can return to the Lord is if the Lord calls us. Matter of fact, go into that. Ezekiel 37:12 says, therefore prophesy, say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O my people, I will open your graves. And we know graves is significant of death. Scripture says that, what I believe is Proverbs 13:13. He that matter of fact, since I quoted it, I said that. Let me get this. Proverbs 13:13. Who despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. That's not the one I was looking for, but that goes good. I think it's you type it in Slack, yeah. Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right. So our people have been in the congregation of the dead. That's why it says in real quick, Revelations 11:8, because it's gonna go hand in hand with everything. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the great street of the and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom, in Egypt, which is talking about America. All right, it's spiritually called Sodom, for obvious reasons, and it's spiritually called Egypt for other obvious reasons. That's why you have there's a pyramid in the American dollar bill. All right, there's a pyramid in the American dollar bill. You have obelix, which is a phallic symbol. You got you have the Empire State. You got the New World Trade Center. All right, you got Cleopatra's Needle. So the medical industry comes from the Greeks and the Egyptians. So America has a spirit of Egypt, and also this is how our Lord. It says, well, verse 7 say, where also our Lord was crucified. And how was the Lord was he physically crucified here? No, but his image was. That's why they tell you that the Son of the Most High, they pretty much lie and say that he is a pale-skinned man, when according to the scriptures he's a dark-skinned man. He's what they call a black man. All right. So this is where our people spiritually are dead. They don't know who they are. So, matter of fact, there's a little bit more. It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, which is 350 years, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the graves. So graves, it works synonymous with of death, resting. So the Lord said back in all right here, Ezekiel 37:12, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O my people, I will open your graves. So the nations are not allowing us to know who we are. All right. Matter of fact, they're encouraging us to call ourselves everything but who we truly are. All right. There's a great conspiracy, which is not really much of a conspiracy, because you could clearly see when somebody say they are a Jew, then the whole entire media and everybody and their mama comes against you. But you could call yourself a God-loving man, or you could come up with a new slogan and nobody has a problem with that. Why? Because the simple fact is they want to keep you remaining in your grave. They want to keep you in this dead state. There's benefits for them, not benefits for us. So part of that dead state, part of that mindset is division, all right? Certain prejudice against one of your brethren that may speak Spanish, English, all right, or speak French, or broken French, whatever you want to call it. You look at each other with the utmost hatred, and that's all they care about, all right? It says, and I will cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. Matter of fact, was I supposed to read up more? Oh yeah, Slakia. I was supposed to read up more. This is the point. 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these bones. So we all know that the valley of the dry bones is, and if you don't know, the valley of the dry bones is America. All right? And I just make mention, why is the valley of the dry bones? It says, prophesy to these bones and say unto them, O you dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these bones, behold, I will cause your breath to enter into you, and you shall live. So the Lord is going to give us identity. There was a period of time when we didn't know who the hell we were, where we was going, what was our purpose. All right? You couldn't even acknowledge the fact that you of any sort. But times is changing. All right? And it says, I will lay sinews upon you and will bring up your flesh upon you and cover you with skin and put breath in you. So a sinew is with the muscles coming together. So it's a reverse. Bones, muscles, then skin. Skin is what? Identity. Bones means what? When you look it up for bones. Matter of fact, let me see if I can remember exactly where it's at. It's in what Laban told Jacob. Matter of fact, I like the one that was it 1 Samuel's bones of. Second Samuel's 2:21 and 12, and they went up to take. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is where I said bones of bones. All right. It's not coming out like I want. Is it bone of my bones? Nope. There's a particular one. All right, I know the one in Laban's. What Laban said. There's another one. All right, let me just read this one real quick. Let me see if I can get a precept out of that. It says, this is Laban talking to Jacob, which is his nephew. Right? Verse 13. And it says, Genesis 29:13. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him and kissed him, and brought him to his house, and told Laban all these things. And Laban said unto him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abide with him for a space of a month. So he was basically saying, you are my kin, right? Okay, I think it is my bone, or this type of bone. And the other one in first, there it is. And it's perfect. It goes exactly where I want to go with. 2 Samuel 5:1. Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh. So your bone is symbolic to your tribes. All right, your bone, and then he said, because we are all as one. So that it gives you a clue right there that your bone is literally talking about your family, your tribe, and so forth. So the Lord is restoring that to us. And these nations are in great fear. That's why he said it's very odd, because they played a terrible game with our people. And it says, go back to Ezekiel 37:5. Thus saith the Lord unto these bones. But behold, I've read that already. Verse 7. So I prophesied, I was commanded and prophesied. There was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together. So if you're from the tribe of Ephraim, you're going to admit, oh, my family's from the tribe of Ephraim. I'm going to stick with the Ephraim. All right? Which, if you're a tribe of Ephraim, you're still part of the nation of Israel. You know, that's why we have the 12 tribe sign. It's for people to identify themselves. It says, and behold, it says, bone to his bone. All right? So I'm from the tribe of Levi, so I stick with the tribe of Levi. The Haitians are the Levites. So that's my particular tribe. To further notice. Okay? It said, and when he behold, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. So that's what you have a lot of people that came into the truth. They got the word, they identified. Matter of fact, before they even they had a, what's that word I'm looking for? A sense of self. They had a sense of self, something. It's something, not self-awareness, but they knew that there was more than what they was told. But they didn't know it. Like, that's what you had, people that was going into Islam and all these different things. But they knew that Esau was the enemy, but they couldn't finish. It wasn't fully there, right? Then you have people that came into the truth, and they was just there just to be there, because they had no breath in them. And the breath, when you go to, I think this was Wisdom of Solomon, I'm not gonna get it. That was the breath that the Lord gave unto Adam, which was the knowledge and understanding, the 100% truth. Then he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the four winds and breathe up, and breath, and breathe upon these that are slain, these slain that they may live. And our people have been called everything under the sun. All right, so we were slain. Your true identity is your true self. That's why you have a lot of walking zombies out here. They don't know what the hell is going on. They don't have no identity. People, it gotten so bad that men think that they're women and women think that they're men. All right, and that all starts from that. The scripture says, the covering cast of all people, and that's Esau. He's responsible for that. He is responsible for everybody hating one another. He's responsible for the tribes hating one another, making themselves, looking at each other like they ain't shit. But we have a common history. Either we came from slavery or we've been slaughtered by the same devil. Rape, rob, and murder, whatever land that we are from, enslaved us, put us under him, put us in the ghettos together. You think this is by accident? And it says, so I prophesied, and as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived, and they stood upon their feet, and an exceeding great army. All right. So when you go into Revelations, it goes in more depth. Revelations 11. And 10 now, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, because we was put on the grave. We was dead spiritually dead, right? So they rejoiced. And how did they rejoice over us? This is an international conglomerate. All right? Everybody has gotten a hold of the children of the men, the women, the children of the Most High, and make merry and send gifts one to another. And the gifts was who? Us. That's why it's called the transatlantic slave trade. Trans meaning three ways. They started from Spain, started from Europe, West Africa, to the Caribbeans, to the Americas. From those that was dwelling in the Americas was shipped off to Europe. All right, I mean, and hundreds of years before then, we had the Eastern the Eastern slave trade, were those that were sent by under the guise of the Nation of Islam. So all these nations had a hand in our downfall. And it says, because these two prophets, which represent the two kingdoms, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, tormented them that dwell on the earth. When you go into the history, when we was together, nothing could stop us. Only us. All right? Only us. So we tormented them. We tormented these other nations. And it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And this is the period of time that's been taking place. Now, the brothers that are on the four corners of the earth has woken up from this word. All right? The brothers all have came together. It started with the government body. But as you can clearly see, what that man was talking about on a lower level, that now the rest is starting to understand, like, wait a minute, we got a common enemy. They talking shit about us. And this is they in great fear. All right? This is a major prophecy that's unfolding. It says, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Once again, that's why you see brothers out there in the highways and byways speaking, saying the things that they saying with great boldness, claiming that the so-called white man is Esau. The other nations are going to captivity and so forth, right? And a great fear fell upon them which saw them. It's like this can't be happening. What do these people have in common? Why are these people coming together? All right, because this is their greatest fear that they can imagine. Oh wow, I had it over here. So let me get to this real quick. Amos 9 and 10, 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Now, what's the tabernacle of David? David was the king of all 12 tribes in the nation of Israel. I just read 2 Samuel 5 and 1, that all the tribes of Israel confessed to David that we are flesh, we are the flesh of thy bone. We are family. David was a king of all 12. All the 12 tribes. All right? So the Lord is he's sealing that breach. He's making us come whole again. And it says, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So the Lord's he's bringing back the house of David, starting with the government body, which are the prophet from the apostles on down. All right, the government body first, then your common folk. So the common folk right now, they coming together. The commoners, well, they ain't nothing common about Israel, you know. But we're coming together. And it says, matter of fact, let me go into this real quick. Jeremiah 30 14? No. 16. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. All that adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that preyed upon thee will I give for a prey. So this is what the Lord said to all those that did Israel wrong. Is going to pay for that, and they know it. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wound, saith the Lord, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. So let's look up the word outcast. Nadak, to impart, impel, thrust, drive away, banish. So we were banished. We was thrust away from our homeland. First it was the northern kingdom, then the southern kingdom. And it so happens, matter of fact, I should have gone to that one. I guess there's a controversy with Nate again. Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. Meaning you cannot count them. You cannot recognize them. You cannot count them. There's so many of us out here. We outnumber everyone, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where they were said unto them, you are not my people, you are anything but the children of Israel, there it shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living God. That's only said here in America, because the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, the only time they were in captivity together was under the Egyptians. So that's not, so this is talking about here and now. Here and now. And the Lord is closing that breaches, the differences. All right? And if I can get into that too. Isaiah 11 and 12. And it says, matter of fact, we saw that. 10. And that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. That root of Jesse is talking about Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. This is what the Black Panthers and, well, not the Latin Kings, I forgot the name of them. There was another section where they had the Latins and you had the Native Americans. They had their version, but they came together in false pretense. Every time Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans come together in false pretense, it never stand. But when you come in the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you taught the right way, it stands. All right. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set up shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, Egypt, Pathos, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the isles of the sea. Meaning, we're scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Proving that Revelations 11 is speaking of that. All right? The Revelations 11 chapter, the gifts were us. This is why all these nations, they had golden periods off of the blood and the blood of the children of the Most High. And it says, he shall set up an ensign for the nations. That ensigns was the scriptures. Because the scriptures bear, the scripture says, the Lord said, that comes in the volume of the book. Those that believe in Yahweh Shai, those are the righteous. Those are the ones that would come together the right way. It says, and the outcasts of Israel, there's that word again, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four quarters of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. And Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, because Ephraim is the head tribe of the northern kingdom, which are the Puerto Ricans. Judah is the head tribe of all, which are what you call the African Americans, the ones that's completely shitting on by all the tribes. All right. So they're going to put their differences aside for a common foe. This is why that man made that statement. All right? But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hand upon Edom, which are the so-called white men, and Moab, the Chinese, the children of Ammon, which is the Japanese, shall obey them. All right? So this divide and conquer concept that they mapped out so well, all right, Proverbs 6 and I believe it's 16, maybe it's further down. Proverbs 6 and 20. 6 and 16. I'm going to jump down to the point. It says, these are 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Yes, 7 is an abomination unto him. I'm jumping down. Verse 19. It says, a false witness that speaketh lies, he that soweth discord among brethren. And Esau is known for spewing venom, all right, between the nations, especially when it comes to Israel. I remember as a child growing up in the 80s, you know, being from the tribe of Levi, everybody hated Haitians, yo. Everybody. Haitian booty scratchers. You was like a walking plague, yo. Dead ass. They believe like if you come around, bad shit will happen until they got to know you. Like, oh, you all right? You Haitian? Oh shit. But if you was out there, you would get jumped and so forth. And I only can speak from experience. So where did this concept go? And this hatred was taught from Benjamin and Judah, you know, and so forth. And I remember it was in the 90s. You had you always had Haitians and Cubans coming to Florida, and they had a whole bunch of Haitians coming on a boat. It wasn't a banana boat, but it was a boat, and they shit their ass out. So they made a big deal out of this shit. But when they had this one Cuban kid, I forgot this kid's name. It was all throughout the news. They made a big stink. They made a big deal out of it. And why? Just to cause more division amongst the nation. So Esau is the master of this. But the same way you cause divide and conquer towards the Lord's people, same things happen over here. All right? Everything that you have done is going to be done unto you. But the Lord he's healing. He's the one that's putting everybody together. And by it's all said and done, no matter what you say, however you think anything, you can't get out of it. So going back to Jeremiah 30 and 17, for I will restore health unto thee, which is your identity. All right, we brothers have now, who came into the truth, have a sound mind, meaning healthy. And I will heal thee from thy wounds, which is what? The generational curse. All right, Deuteronomy 28th chapter. That's some hell of a shit. We all fucked up in the head from that. So the Lord is healing us, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, which we went into, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tent, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. So the Lord is going to restore us completely. And these nations in great fear. They should be. I'm going to get one more. Joel. Is it Joel I'm thinking of? Joel's a good one. Joel 3 and 6. It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem shall have ye sold unto the Grecians, talking about the Arabs and the Hamitic nations, that you might remove them far from their border, which is Israel, the land of Israel is still connected to the land, what they call Africa, right? So you just could easily walk back. But now they took us out of our border. Behold, I will raise them up out of their place, America, whether you have sold them, the Americas. And right now, all the tribes are here in the Americas, and will return your recompense upon your own head. So that eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And then this is what they fear. All right, this is what they fear. In fact, let me end it off on this. Micah 5:7. The remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of the many people. And America is a conglomerate of all nations, a great melting pot. And this great melting pot, all people are here. Every last nation you could think of under the heavens is here. Something compelled them to come. And amongst these people are the nation of Israel. So our people are going to be amongst the people. A heavy dose. Those, especially those, now you see that these migrants are coming in. They're fresh from their country with their mindset. They about to fuck shit up. But they're not going to, nothing's going to, when the first cat does it, that's when everybody's going to follow. When Judah, it rises up, African Americans, when the Lord raised up Judah, then everybody else is going to fall into place. And this is what the enemy fears. It says, in the midst of many people, as the dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass. And then dew, we get up in the morning, dew is all over the place. Nothing sprinkled. It just formed from the ground. So we're gonna be on these people. We're gonna be on these fucking people. All right. It says that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of man. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who if he would go through, both trotteth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. So when we come together in the right cause through the Spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're an unstoppable force. All right. Now, there's going to be a lot of victims. There's going to be a lot of casualties of the nation. As 2/3. A lot of Jake's going to die because they're very unaware. The first wave is going to be terrible. It's not going to be looking like we winning anything. And those of us that's in the truth, like whose status was called before, we ain't going to do jack. The only time we're going to do anything is when the Lord gives us dollars with spiritual power. But the pawns of our people, they're gonna go in and get theirs. All right, they're gonna get their lick, so to speak. So there's gonna be a great race war, and tribes are gonna put their differences to the side and understand they come in full. It says, "Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off." So all our enemies shall be cut off. Every last one of them. Lord, Scripture says that. I'm gonna end it off on this one. I love this. Wisdom of Solomon 5. I think it's 5:15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord. The care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive glorious kingdom, beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. Talking about the elect. For with his right hand shall he cover them, which is the angels, Psalms the 91st chapter. And with his arm he shall protect them, which is Yahushai. Under Yahushai is going to be Michael. That's what the scripture, Daniel 12:1, tell you. The prince shall stand for the great. The prince of thy shall stand for the people of thy people. I'm roughly paraphrasing. Michael is going to be called divine intervention. All right. That the people of the Lord, the people that's written in the book, is going to be protected from heavens. It says, he shall take to him his jealousy for his complete armor, which is his people, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. So, I mean, you can't get around that, man. The Lord is going to use his people to get revenge. That's why, I said it was going to be the last one. I knew it was going to be something like this. Ezekiel 28. No, I'm not 28, 25. Sorry. 25 and about 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because Edom have dealt against the house of Judah, the head tribe, right? But under the head tribe is all the tribes, by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended nigga, coon, a super thug, super predator, thugs, all the vile shit that they call upon them, hanging, lynching, so forth, making mockery, alligator bait, so forth. They took vengeance. Edom took vengeance on Judah and made mockery of him. He offended and revenged himself upon them. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. See that? And they say, this Judah, all the tribes. So you people are fucked. Alright? Royally fucked. The Lord's going to put the spirit on his men to wreck shop. And it's all of this is prophetic. You can't get around it. According to my anger, not to man's anger, because you call him a nigger or a spick or a Native American or this, that, the third. No, not because you spit on somebody. It's gonna come from the heavens. All right, the heavens are gonna is gonna submerge men. All right, the children of Israel, the sons of God, in total hatred towards you. And they're going to do things that they never thought they could ever do, that normally they could not do, because they're going to be possessed in righteousness. They're going to be possessed in the spirit of the Lord. How about that? They're going to be possessed in the spirit of the Lord to fuck you up. All right? It says, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger, according to my fury. They shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So you can't get around that. Esau knows he's screwed. All right, they all know they screwed. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.